All right, we have someone familiar. This is not the first time she's here, but we have Essien Bukola, who is a highly innovative event professional with over 13 years of experience in the event space. Now, she is the brain behind Polished Stone Emergency Services, providing top-notch health services and safety to social and well-being at corporate functions. So she is also certified. She's also certified in etiquette and poise and human management for prestigious London schools and protocols and etiquettes with EPRA. Now, we are here to talk about an amazing topic on burnout. Now, burnout in its full essence, and the full topic, burnout, really. Now, I want to ask a question. We live in a country where everyone is burning out one way or the other. I'll tell you why I say that. It's either you're stressed at work, or you are stressed on your way back with traffic, or your landlord is stressing you for rent, or your girlfriend or wife, for those that are married or have girlfriends or side chicks, they're also stressing you. Then if you have children, especially those that are very stubborn, they are also stressing you. Life in general is stressing you because bills upon bills upon bills. My question is, how do we manage stress or burnout? Or how do we stay fit or stop being burnt out in a state like Lagos?
Okay, Edgar, it's nice to be back here.
Nice to be back. Nice to have you again.
Yeah. All right, the thing is, we need to know what burnout is first. Okay, you need to know the problem before you know how to.
Yeah, the solution, exactly.
So burnout is an exhaustion, mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. So you can actually burn out in any area of your life, work, family, relationship, mentally, you can actually burn out. So we know it's an exhaustion. So how do we help or cope? The first is to find out the triggers.
Okay.
What are the things that cause you to burn out? What are the things that are working you out? Because burnout doesn't just start like that, all right? It starts from stress.
True.
Then stress that are not well attended to, gets the chronic stress. From chronic stress, then you burn out, all right? So once you can get the triggers, then you can address the triggers. For us here, the traffic, you can't address the traffic because you can't really predict what's going to happen. You can take a look at, what happened last week, Wednesday. It was crazy. And everyone, some people didn't even get home. Some got home. I know someone that got home by 5 a.m. and
I also experienced the traffic. As a matter of fact, I started making friends with people around. Like, hey, guy, do you have USB code? Just bring me or come here and charge my phone. I beg. How far? What's your name?
So
it's terrible.
And that person is going to resume back to work
the next day.
So the person is exhausted, no good sleep. So if for that kind of person that feels burned out, of course you lack sleep. So you need to know what is making you burn out. If you have a toxic relationship, you just have to stay off the relationship. There are other ways you can actually help, when it comes to burnout. You can do things like socialize, get into a community where you know that you can pull strength and pull motivation from. Talk to friends. Don't stay where you are. As long as you stay where you are, as long as you stay, you keep having that lack of enthusiasm to move on. So once you can discover the trigger, then you can address the issue. There are so many ways we can address.
So you talk about triggers. I would like to know more about these triggers. Now, I understand that with the example I gave, Lagos stress, traffic and all can be a trigger, stress. But what else apart from stress?
Okay, like I said earlier, burnout can be any aspect of your life. Okay. But for instance, work environment. The triggers could be you are having excess time. You don't have a time where you say, okay, I'm closing, I'm shutting down. You don't know how to delegate. Okay, you've been assigned or you know how to do this thing so well and you want to do it all by yourself. You delegate, you assign, and So if you know that this is a trigger, you don't delegate, then you have to start delegating. You can have triggers at home where the children, like you said, the children, especially now that they are going on break, some parents are already thinking, how am I going to cope? What are we going to do? Yes. You understand? So you begin to discover the things that you can do. Sometimes money can do some things for you. Send the money on errand, you know, get some things done with money. You don't have to do it yourself. Do you understand?
Now, based on your experience, what are some coping mechanisms that one can, you know, put in place?
Hang out with friends.
Hang out with friends.
All right, shut down the screen, reduce your screen
No, except
time.
it's Wake Up Nigeria. If it's Wake Up, do not shut it down. Yeah.
No, when I talk about screen,
Like,
we're
okay.
also looking at the social media,
Yes.
YouTube. It's not like you should stay off completely,
Just
but
give
at
yourself
that
some,
moment, give yourself some break. Have some break time.
Yeah.
Do some exercise. All right.
Yeah.
Eat out. For me, sometimes when I'm feeling like I'm burning out, I call friends that I know that we really
would
relate.
give it the right energy.
Yeah, some other people listen to music.
Yes.
You can actually listen to music. Some others podcasts. You know, so look for what works for you. But it's not the time for you to start eating, and you know, some people do that when they're
Yeah.
burning out. You know, so just look for the right set of community. Like I said, I'm in a community of event planners where you feel stressed, you come there and they pull you up. You understand? So there are some WhatsApp groups some people are in. It's draining them. It's not helping them. So you just turn off notification.
Wow.
You understand?
So,
That's ways you
so I
can
understand that physical stress, or when you're getting to that point for the body, you require like sleep and good food, you know. But what about the mental stress? The one where you really cannot control. For example, just look at the, you know, I'm using, you know, generic example here. Imagine a lady who has about 3 or 4 kids, and she has this tough nights with 5 jobs, and then she has a nagging husband. These are people that you have to see every day. And then you will not tell your husband, oh, you know, I just need some time when you have kids to still take care of, and then you have work to prepare for. What advice do you give people like that who are experiencing stress every single day? What can they do?
You look for what is called support system. We have support system.
Support system.
You have your children, you have your husband that is nagging, you have your children that's giving you a tough time.
Yeah.
It's not everybody in the world that is giving you a tough time.
Okay.
Okay, you could have your family, it could be a sister, it could be a brother, it could be your religious setting. That's your support system. You look for help in your support system. Look for counseling, talk about it. Sometimes you just need someone to listen actively without even saying anything. The fact that you're sitting down there and I'm talking to you and you're listening has a way of helping me to ease off.
Yeah, I totally agree. There are certain people that just want to express themselves, just looking for an opportunity to just speak.
Just listen to me. So you don't have to look at the challenges, the things that triggers your stress as at that time. Look for support system. You can get support system anywhere that you think works for you. I get support system from religious setting. I get support system from my community. I get support system from my immediate family. You know, because the truth is that sometimes these children really make you, but you can just say, okay, you know what, I just want to talk about this. This is how I feel. And they give you words of encouragement. They tell you, keep moving, we're right behind you, we can do this. And you just feel this refreshing. So you look for support
So I know
system.
you have a brilliant organization. How do they help in, you know, in topics or issues like this? Do they help in any way?
Well, right now where we play a role, because we are not counselors,
Okay.
or we're not therapists, some people might have to go for counseling and therapy because it's becoming very critical, especially when you are not addressing the burnout. You feel like I can still go on, I can still move, and then you're breaking down, and you still think you're standing, you know. So we don't do counseling and therapy, but what we do is bringing, like I discussed last week, emergency services to some certain work areas where people can easily access our service. You know, you need someone to talk to. We have people you could just sit down and just talk to. Then, like the area I work, events, we have, for instance, decorators working overnight. We have planners working overnight. They're exhausted. And then we just render services in healthcare that can actually help them, you know, to feel stronger again. So for someone that's really, you know, feeling so burned out, might have to get to a counselor or a therapist that will tell them what to do.
All right. Now, for companies, maybe, you know, people who work at different places that need help, or how to include something like this in their businesses? What do you advise them to do?
Okay.
You know,
that's where occupational health comes in.
What can they do to just improve the work life of their staff?
You know, there are some companies here in Lagos that I know, for instance, have a nursery for their staff.
Ooh.
Yes, I know about 2 or 3 of them here in Lagos for staffs that maybe just put to bed, and you know, because of their mind, they need their mind to be settled. Because when we talk about health, we're not just talking about the medicals, we're talking about the mental, we're talking about the emotions. So for the person to be at rest and be more productive at work, they created nursery. So you could go breastfeed your child and move. So they could also have other services whereby they can assess medicals.
Make ease work.
You know, HMOs and all that.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Thank you so much for that. That is all that we can take at this time. But guess what? You also mentioned how food is very important to the health, well-being of people, right? Cool. We have something amazing for you in the kitchen, and we would like you to come taste and give us your feedback on what you think about the amazing meal made by one of our chefs.